So it says over here, Charlotte, it's truck time.
Oh!
Hey everyone, my name's Gabby.
I'm Charlotte.
And this is the 2025 Hyundai Santa Cruz in the ultimate trim level. And today we're giving you a full in-depth walkthrough of everything that comes in this trim.
Absolutely.
Now Charlotte, it's not just a walkthrough, right?
No, the fact that this video is actually done completely live. So that means that if you guys have any questions about it, feel free to put them in the live chat and we can answer them at the end of the video. If you're watching this after it's already posted and you still have questions or want to learn more about this trim, leave them as a regular comment posted down below. And on your way down to the comment section, make sure to like this video and also hit the subscribe button. It is free to do so, which you got to take advantage of in this economy. So with that being said, let's get into our live review.
Should we get right into it?
Let's go.
All right, so in true Kia Hyundai channel styling, we're gonna go over a full walkthrough of both the exterior, the interior, but we're also gonna talk about the performance, the powertrain, the tech functions in this vehicle, and of course the safety. And last but not least, we'll also mention the price and fuel efficiency of this vehicle. So first things first, the 2025 Santa Cruz is actually the refreshed version. So this model year got some slight styling tweaks, and a ton of technology advancement. Now, a lot of the stuff that you've been waiting to see is going to come down to the interior of this vehicle. So again, make sure you follow along, watch the whole thing, please, and you'll be able to see everything that we get. So first things first, let's start off with some changes. Number one is going to come down to the front grille layout of your vehicle. So it still has a lot of resemblance to the previous iteration of this vehicle, except it's certainly more squared off. So you'll notice all these beautiful design elements in the grille itself have a more rectangular shape to them, when in the past they were a little bit more tapered outwards, kind of resembling a bit, I like to call them angel wings. Now you'll see everything's rectangular. It's definitely giving this vehicle a lot more of a truck-like appearance, which, I mean, it is a truck, so it makes sense. Your daytime running lights are beautiful, bold, and blocky, like I mentioned, with those rectangular elements. And then your main headlamp unit is also going to be an LED, extremely sharp, very, very precise, and you do have intelligent high beam assist integrated into the lights themselves. Now that's going to be standard across all models of the Santa Cruz, and if you are watching from outside of Canada, you may be shocked to learn that here in North America, in Canada specifically, we only receive the turbocharged variant of the Santa Cruz. So no longer do we get the naturally aspirated 2.5 liter, it's all going to be turbo, and they all come standard with all-wheel drive. So again, if you're from the States, you might be a little bit confused watching this video. Let's get back into it though. The actual materials that you'll notice on the front end, we're going to have a lot of dark chrome finishes. So from the front grille itself, also to this bumper piece, everything is nice and shiny, but still pretty rugged looking. That also translates to the lower skid plate up at the front. And we also have quite a bit of technology integrated into this vehicle. So you'll notice right over here, this rectangular piece is actually a radar plate, and that's going to be utilized for the advanced smart cruise control in this vehicle and also the highway drive assist. Essentially, that radar plate is always going to be monitoring the distance of your vehicle and the vehicle ahead of you. So when you do have your cruise control on, you can set your following distance between 4 different presets, and the vehicle will take you to a complete stop if you hit stop and go traffic. So very smart. It's not every day you get a truck with this much tech that doesn't burn a hole in your wallet in fuel efficiency or fuel prices. All right, let's take a look underneath the hood. Before I do that, actually, I'll just forward your attention over to this camera. Forward-facing, live camera feed every time your vehicle approaches something too close to the front, but also every time you throw your vehicle into reverse, you'll get a full 360 view of everything that's happening around your car. Charlotte, bless you.
Thank you. I was trying not to sneeze.
All right, now underneath the hood, like I said, we only have one powertrain option here in Canada, and it is the 2.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. Now this 4-cylinder utilizes both gasoline direct injection and multi-point injection for its fuel delivery system, so you do get the best of both worlds in that sense. It produces 281 horsepower with 311 pound-feet of torque, so definitely a very, very healthy horsepower and torque number. This vehicle is a ton of fun to drive. Just last summer, I was able to borrow one of our Hyundai stores, Santa Cruz's, which again still had the same powertrain. I absolutely loved it. So much fun, but still fairly fuel efficient. So this vehicle is rated at 10.7 liters per 100 kilometers combined, so that's highway and city. Of course, you will see it perform better on the highway, like most vehicles, but this turbo engine gives you plenty of power, lots of fun to drive characteristics, and again, it's efficient. On top of that, we also do get an 8-speed wet-type dual-clutch transmission. Now, dual-clutch transmission has been a bit of a hot topic just because a lot of people are not used to it, and I will be honest, early on in the Santa Cruz, I believe the 2022 model, there were a little bit of things going on with it, so there were technical service bulletins. However, now we've been seeing great results with our 8-speed dual-clutch. You do get paddle shifters on this vehicle, so if you would like to ride through those gears yourself, you can utilize the paddle shifters, and it's our Shiftronic system. So a lot of fun and definitely a very engaging drive with the dual clutch. A couple more things I'll point out. We do have some fender reflectors. And then surrounding your wheel arches, you'll notice we have a bit of a, there's some design into it. It's not just, it's not just our regular plastic molded pieces. You also get a mini Santa Cruz integrated into that. I love it. It's like a little Easter egg. For your wheels, these are 20-inch alloys exclusive to the Ultimate trim level. I think they look fantastic. So they definitely do have a bit of a machined finish onto them with some nice gloss black. Hyundai wheel center caps, I think they look good. And you do get a nice Michelin all-season tire. Like I said earlier in this video, all-wheel drive is standard on the Santa Cruz here. It's the only option you get. There's no front-wheel drive option, but this all-wheel drive system does have a front-wheel drive bias. So why that's good? Well, no one wants to pay extra in fuel if you don't have to. So if it's just regular dry conditions, the vehicle will be primarily operating in front-wheel drive unless you're launching it from a standstill or turn onto a gravel road. If that's the case, then the vehicle will incorporate more power to the rear to give you the traction that you're looking for. Alternatively, you do have select drive modes, so there's snow, mud, and sand, and each of those will distribute more power to the rear based off whichever mode you put it in, and also allow a little bit more wheel spin, depending on if you need to get out of a sticky situation. All right, ventilated disc brakes up at the front, and then solid disc brakes in the rear. Back to styling, we'll go to our mirrors. So we get our nice body color mirrors with an LED turn signal indicator and even a camera in your blind spot. So every time you go to indicate a turn with this vehicle, it will show you a live camera feed of whatever is happening in your blind spot, just so you're aware of everything that's going on.
Robert, this is for you. It's the tire size.
Tire size. So yes, blind spot camera is fantastic to have if you are towing with this vehicle, which it is rated for 5,000 pounds of towing capacity. It's really nice. You can definitely make sure your lanes next to you, adjacent to you, are completely clear before you make a change. On top of that, you do have blind spot detection as well too, so that'll of course illuminate that little icon in your mirror. Charlotte, do you want to show the blind spot?
I showed it before, but I'll show it now.
So that'll of course illuminate the icon in your mirror whenever there's a vehicle there. Whether you are indicating a lane change or not, you'll always have that visual reminder, hey, there's something there. You do also get digital key to touch in this year, so that allows you to still utilize your convenience entry. So you just put your hand behind the handle. As long as the key is on you, it'll unlock for you. When you're done driving, you'll press on the indent, it'll lock again. Or you can even unlock the vehicle using your phone or smartwatch, so pretty handy. Up at the top, you do get some nice roof rails. And then what I really do love about this vehicle is the fact that your pillars are actually just regular flat black plastic and not piano black. So why is this actually a really nice thing to have? I don't know if you guys have been around a lot of used cars, but that gets scratched up so quickly, especially if you do have kids or pets or whatever. A lot of people have their rings on, don't even notice, but we could probably show it on this K4 over here. Yeah, actually, I don't know if our camera quality is that good. Do you see all those scratches?
And this is a utility vehicle, guys.
So trust me, in the long run, it may not look as premium at first glance as a piano black, but oh my gosh, it holds up so much better. So much better. All right, let's move our attention towards the back end, which is arguably the best part of this vehicle. So this vehicle is very much like the Tucson in terms of tech and styling and even the way it drives. It turns on a dime, very easy to park, very easy to maneuver, and it's not fuel hungry. But where you get the true Santa Cruz experience is the fact that you have open bed versatility. So this 4-foot bed, don't worry, we'll talk about the tailgate after. It's a 4-foot bed with an integrated tonneau cover. Now this isn't something we have to add on here in Canada, it's also standard. The tonneau cover is fully retractable and lockable, of course, and pretty weather tight. Now, I'm just gonna slide it. I will warn you guys, it's gonna be pretty loud.
That wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad today.
With my mic? I don't know. Now, of course, this tonneau cover retracts nice and neatly into its canister. And if you are someone who drives a truck, myself included, my tonneau cover, although it's lightweight, it's not a fiberglass one, nothing like that. It is so dang hard to take off sometimes. I hate it. I'm not gonna lie, I hate it. So the fact that this one retracts so nicely and neatly and then is super easy to just pull back out whenever you need it closed again, blessings. I love it. All right, so I already mentioned the material of the bed liner sheet molded composite. You can see we do have a lot going on over here. I don't even have the lights on yet, so I will turn that on for you guys. Every single bed light in the Santa Cruz will be a nice bright LED. Does that work, Char?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So you'll see we have one mounted on each side of the bed. The bed itself is just over 42 inches at its narrowest point, so in your wheel wells there, and just under 50 in its widest point. Underneath the bed, or liner, you do have some hidden storage. This storage is probably one of my favorite things about the Santa Cruz because you do also have a drain plug, so if you're throwing a tailgate party and you want to load this up with ice and some drinks, maybe a little picnic, you can do that and easily rinse everything out, have it nice and clean after. It's also very nice, especially with the Santa Cruz. You can carry all your stuff, whether it's dirty or stinky, if you're doing garbage runs or just hauling stuff up, muddy stuff. Separate everything that's dirty from everything that's clean, vice versa. So you can keep your bed completely spotless, and this is a mud pit, or whatever you want, really. So there's a lot you could do with this vehicle. Truly, the possibilities are endless, and the best part is you're not lugging around a giant, fuel-hungry 3/4 ton truck for your day-to-day job. Now, we'll hop in the bed and talk about a couple extra things. So there's really not many accessories you need to purchase because just about everything comes included. However, there is a really good aftermarket support and even Hyundai genuine part support for the bed of this vehicle, including a bed extender and much more. On each side, you'll see 2 tie-down points. Now, this is a rail and cleat system. You can adjust this to wherever you need it to be to make sure all your goods are tied down. And you do also have 4 cargo D-rings. Now, these are very heavy-duty D-rings. You'll notice them there. One on this side, and then 1 in each of the upper corners, right there. You also have 2 storage compartments on the sidewall. So let me open that up for you guys. There we go, there's 1. And then let's do number 2. This one's actually quite special because it does have a 115 volt inverter, so we have a power source back here. Alrighty. Any questions about the bed you've seen so far, Charlotte, before I get out of here?
No, I haven't seen any.
Okay. Every time I jump out of the Santa Cruz bed on camera, I fear I'm getting closer and closer to the day where I fall. Guys, it will happen one day on camera. Right, nice soft close. It is also a nice soft open as well. And here are some of the design elements on the tailgate. So you do have LED tail lamps. They are redesigned for this year, so still similar shape to the previous styling, but you'll notice the lamp itself has a bit of a different style. Santa Cruz cladding inside the tailgates. Beautiful step points. Now, each of these steps is able to withhold 440 pounds, and the tonneau cover itself can actually hold 220 pounds on top of it. So if all your cargo doesn't fit in the bed, you can put a little bit of stuff on top. Just make sure it's secured. You do have beautiful Hyundai stamped across your tailgate release, and it is finished in a nice dark chrome. You'll also see our rear camera is actually hidden in there as well. On the left or right-hand side, maybe your left, you'll see our H-Track badge with our 2.5 liter turbo badge. All right, should we get into exhaust and spare tire?
Yeah.
All right, exhaust, it's single exhaust. Nothing too fancy.
So exciting, downward turn.
And then for our rear bumper, you'll notice there's some more dark chrome along the bottom. We got our reverse lights, some more reflectors, and some nice license plate lights. I'd love to see these LEDs, but
Yeah.
license plate lights, not really a big deal. I think I mentioned this already earlier, but this vehicle is capable of towing up to 5,000 pounds when properly equipped, so it is tow ready. And we do have a spare tire. It's actually located underneath the vehicle.
I don't know if I'll be able to show it for you guys, but oh, there we go.
It's there, trust me.
There it is.
You can see the exhaust. It is a downward facing single exit exhaust. Okay, shall we take a look inside, Charlotte?
Yep, for sure.
All right, we're gonna switch.
So the exterior obviously shows a lot of the capability and the versatility that this vehicle offers. And personally, this is a vehicle that my household would really benefit from because it's a lot of DIY projects, just the need where you need a truck every so often, but not necessarily enough to commit to buying something bigger. Like I don't need a 3/4 ton, I almost said 3-ton truck in my driveway. But something like this is something that my family would benefit from because it's big enough to get the job done, but still easy and maneuverable for the city. So love that.
This is something you can parallel park.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And if you can't parallel park, it's got a lot of cameras to help you out. All right, let's take a look at some of the elements that we have on the interior. So actually starting up at the top, I think we'll start right up here. I don't usually, but this is actually for your speaker system. So we actually have a premium sound system in this vehicle. It is Bose, which is my favorite of the premium sound system options. Woo! Sorry that you just broke your neck, so sorry about that. And we actually have 8 speakers in this vehicle, which is 2 more than what we see on the other 2 trims. For some of the other features that we have located on the driver's side door, I'm just trying to keep going if you're good.
Okay.
You guys can't see what's going on behind the camera, but it was an experience. We have some really nice design elements too. I like the fact that we have a mix of some black leather, some black cloth, and some black plastic, keeping it all in the same tone, but mixing up with different materials. We do have a little bit of piano black with a chrome painted door handle. Our mirrors are electronically controlled, and our front 2 windows are obstacle detecting and one touch to raise them, which is very convenient. Down below, storage pocket, and then also bottle holder, and this is going to be the same for our passenger side. And then again, we're going to have that second speaker that we see mounted on the door, and again, same thing for the passenger with that Bose premium badging as well. The seats, I'm very happy to say that these seats are leather, and driving this over from our Hyundai store today, it is incredibly comfortable. It's genuinely just nice, soft, supple leather, and I really like the fact that this is a powered seat as well. And you'll know why I like that it's a powered seat. So from here, I can adjust it forwards, backwards. I can adjust my height as well. I can adjust my backrest, and I also have 2-way lumbar support. The nice thing about having this powered driver's seat is the fact that I also have integrated memory seats for the driver, meaning I can actually save up to 2 per user profile for a grand total of 6 different memory seats saved, which is fantastic if you're a multi-driver household. Everyone has their own setting. Everyone has their own seat ready to go. You don't need to set it and forget it. Well, you can with this for memory seats, but it's not manual, but very convenient. On this side, we have a brightness adjuster, your bed. So pretty much everything here is going to look like the Tucson, except for the fact that we have a bed light, but you will notice it is the Santa Cruz, which I love. We have traction control, and then also you're going to go and have a integrated tow mode. So what tow mode is going to do is, of course, this will also come on if with the hitch on and the wiring is engaged. Tow mode will automatically be engaged for you. But basically what it's going to do is it's going to change the powertrain, the shift response, just to give it the smoothest towing experience. I almost lost my train of thought there, depending on the weight of the load that you are towing. So that is something I love about the Santa Cruz, which just shows that they're really trying to make this convenient and accessible for a lot of different people too. Now, one thing that we do get on the Ultimate trim, which is also new for 2025, is going to be a fingerprint scanner. So located just above all of that, this fingerprint scanner, you can, of course, link it to your driver profile, to your Kia, or I almost said to your Kia Connect, but you can use it to start and stop your vehicle as well, which is a handy and interesting piece of tech that we're starting to see more. And the fact that we're really getting away from keyless vehicles. You barely need a key anymore. You really just need your fingerprint and your smartphone, which...
You mean we're getting towards keyless vehicles?
Yes. Did I say the opposite?
Yes.
Thank you. Pregnancy brain. I can blame that now. Steering wheel. I'll show what I have in front of me, and then I'll have Gabby come around. So round steering wheel, black, nice soft touch leather. It is heated as well. Morse code in H in the center. And then we're going to have a split between our driving controls. So from here, we're able to access things like that cruise control that Gabby mentioned on the front. And you have this handy dandy notes icon to cycle through this screen in the center. From there, you can see things like your navigation, integrated navigation, which safety features are going to be enabled, and then also multi-way trip computer, which shows how the vehicle responds to you as the driver. Then we're going to have your media controls. So media mode, virtual assistant, calling, and even a favorites button. Behind us, we still have those paddle shifters, lighting stalk, and wiper stalk. And then this is going to be your forward attention warning, which is going to be that camera. You can see actually some of the infrared coming up on camera. It's not, you can't see that in person, but essentially it's going to monitor your eyes on the road. Now, I did make sure that this was turned on while we were driving from our Hyundai store. I personally got no notifications. I was kind of trying to drive with my hair a little bit shaggy to try to trigger it. However, I've yet to try it with cruise control and on the highway, which I have read a lot about on the forums. I guarantee if you've read the forums about it, I've read the forums about it, so I just haven't tested it yet.
We're on the same forums.
Because this isn't my car, so I can't take it on the highway and take it for a joyride, you know? Behind that camera, I will mention the fact that this is a 12.3-inch screen. This is new for 2025. I really like the fact that we have a cleaned up look, digital speedometer, digital tachometer, and this whole screen is really that nice digital clean look. All right, do you want to come around to the side, Gabby?
For sure.
Perfect, thank you.
There's a couple extra safety functions I didn't mention on the exterior walkthrough. So I did talk about the smart cruise control and highway drive assist, but there's additionally going to be forward collision avoidance assist that works with pedestrians, cyclists, other vehicles, of course, but also in junctions. And then there is, of course, our lane keep and follow assist system that is located or utilized through the camera in the windscreen right over there, not the Charlotte. So that watches the lanes ahead of you to make sure you're centered. It's just gentle driver assistance, and each of these can all be shut off, which is quite nice.
Okay, you got a pretty nice seat.
I do.
Tell me about it.
Power passenger seat, same styling as Charlotte's, and here is your configuration. So you got height adjustment as well as the angle for the bottom of the seat as well as your backrest. So you can recline the seat, bring it forwards, whatever you'd like. Very easy to control.
Basically, same configuration as the driver, except the driver has lumbar support. The nice thing is both of these seats are heated and ventilated, so perfect whether it's hot or cold outside. Now, I want to show you guys our multimedia screen. This is also going to be new for 2025, and the 12.3-inch multimedia screen, this is standard, so no matter which Santa Cruz you get, you're going to have this. However, some of it is going to be a little bit different. This is the only trim that does include integrated navigation. However, it does have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so if you're a big fan of using your phone's map, you may not necessarily care about that, but it is here for the peace of mind if you do want to use it. I already mentioned the fact that we have foam projection. This screen, it's super intuitive. You guys saw how quick and responsive it was, and also you can customize it. So you can move these all around. You have this handy dandy drop-down menu too, which you can edit as well. So whatever it is that you want to show to be for your quick controls, you're able to completely control everything that's here. Swipe up again. Now I'm going to dip into setup. If you go into the vehicle section and the driver's assistance, this is where you're able to go and basically change all the safety features if you want them on or off, or if you want to change the sensitivity of them, you are able to go in through here. I also want to go and highlight again drive modes, because from here is when you're able to set the weight for the load that you are towing for that 5,000 pounds. So lightweight is generally under 40%, medium 40, I want to say like
40 to 70.
Yeah, 40 to 70, and then anything above 70 for heavyweight. Yeah, so very nice. Also in this menu is when you're able to go and adjust your ambient lighting. So I love that we have ambient lighting on this vehicle, especially paired with a premium sound system. And you will see it. It's going to be peppered in this upstairs glove box department, also more so in that bottle holder down below on the driver and passenger doors too.
Change the color.
I did. I put it to pink.
Oh, I couldn't tell. There we go.
So there, you can see a little bit of the glow for it. Now, of course, we are filming this in a fully lit bay, so it is a little bit harder to see. But at night, it really does shine, and it does look really nice. Just one of those nice elements that is fun for, you know, I feel like it just enhances the experience too. It's nice to have the utility, but also some of the nice luxe and comfort and convenience features still on the inside. Mm-hmm. All right, speaking of convenience features and comfort, this is all very comfortable. So this is going to be your media controls and your climate controls. New for 2025 is the real buttons, real dials, which I love. We have dual zone climate control, so I can set the temperature for me and Gabby can set it for her. Our heated and ventilated seats, your heated steering wheel with 2 levels of heat. Of course, you can adjust fan speed, fan direction, front and rear defrost, and also your recirculated air.
I just have to say, what an improvement from last year. Oh my goodness.
This is so much nicer. I really love this, and the fact that we have so much symmetry here, it means it's going to age very nicely. From a design standpoint, this is actually top notch. And if you are curious, these do provide a little bit of haptic feedback for you too, so you know when you are pressing something. Now, down below, continuing that, you know, keyless, wireless, whatever type situation that we have in this vehicle, we have a wireless phone charger, which is going to go great with that wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. If you do want to use your wires, you can use a USB-C for charging or for data connectivity and for charging. Another USB-C for your passenger, and you even have a 12-volt, so good amount of options up here. Regular gear shift, which I like, especially in conjunction with paddles too. And then from here, you'll notice that we have our drive and terrain modes. So press this down to go and cycle between drive and terrain, and then you're able to use the toggle to then go and adjust the modes as Gabby described on the exterior of the vehicle. We also have auto hold. So when this is enabled, if you are driving and you bring the vehicle to a full and complete stop, you're actually able to go and take your foot off of the brake. It's going to hold you there, and you can put your foot back onto the accelerator. It's going to get you going again. We have an electronic parking brake as well, your downhill braking assist, and that rear view camera, which is going to be paired as well with that full 360. So right now it's pulling from the forward facing camera. When the vehicle is put into reverse, this is of course going to be the viewpoint that you see, and it even has dynamic guidelines to show you where the vehicle is going to end up when it is put into reverse. If you are towing, you have a top-down viewpoint as well, and you can also access all of the mirror cameras from the front and from the rear. And then here's that full 360 camera picture together, and you can see the summer mats that are on the floor beside the vehicle. But really
so
cool.
Lonely in this view.
I know. Hi, buddy. These lines also shift, which is very cool too. Cup holders. A decent amount of piano black here, which I'm not sure if I'm stoked about, but you know, there's always stuff you can do about that. And then in here, I like that we have some separation. So if you have smaller items, they can go up top, but a really good amount of covered storage. I also like the fact that we have a black headliner. Now that is on every trim of the Santa Cruz. That is something that's standard. We have a nice power tilt and slide sunroof too, which can open a little bit more. No, it's not going to open a little bit more. That's okay. And then up here, you'll notice the fact that we do have Hyundai Blue Link. Now with this software, you do have the capacity for over-the-air updates, which again is going to come standard, but also Blue Link, which is going to be Hyundai's telematics system. So from there, you are able to start the vehicle, use location services, and precondition the cabin all from your phone. So lots that you can do with your phone. I really mean that. The last thing I'll point out up here is going to be your mirror. It is a automatically dimming mirror, and you also have the opportunity for Home Link if you want to use that underneath. So that's right there. All right, anything else?
I think go check out the back seats.
Oh, let me turn it on real quick. Blind view monitor. That's what I keep forgetting to do. So blind view monitor, it's going to use the mirrors on, or sorry, the cameras on the mirrors. And this way, whenever you put your indicator on while the vehicle is on, it's going to give you that live feed to replace either your speedometer or your tachometer.
All right. Always a nice sturdy door handle.
Okay, these are wrapped up.
Yeah, these are stickers.
So it is piano black under there. Okay, so great amount of space in the Santa Fe. Definitely a lot more than, you know, an extended cab. Maybe a 2010 Mazda B4000. I don't know why that came to me, but it did. That's Gabby's truck.
Yeah, everyone complains. So when I research what people have to say about the Santa Cruz, some people say the roof seats are cramped.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have never been in an extended cab truck and it's
No. Oh my goodness, it's rough.
This is a palace compared to mine.
I will say, although there isn't as much room in the rear as the Tucson, there is a good amount of space where you are able to get by. I also like the fact that we have lower latch anchors, we have rear tether, so this is going to be car seat approved too. And some of the amenities that we have back here, the fact that we have dual pockets for stretch, we do have ventilation too, so it's not going to feel stuffy or anything like that. USB-Cs as well. I like that the cup holders are mounted in the door, and then also you still have a drop-down armrest with cup holders too. A couple other more specific elements is we do have a manual window, so you are able to open that up. Like every time I see, you know, these 2x4s sticking out of them. And then also you have storage underneath. So 60-40 split, both of them open up. This one is actually going to go and house your scissor jack. So that is there for your spare tire underneath the vehicle. But yeah, make the most out of all the storage. That is one thing that the Santa Cruz really does a good job on. We talked, or Gabby talked a lot about the exterior safety on the vehicle. But for some interior elements, we are still going to have things like rear occupant alert. So in conjunction with that, nice rip, in conjunction with that Hyundai Blue Link, if it does sense that there is anything back here, it is going to let you know by an alert on the dash, which is really nice that we're not leaving anything back here. And then also, when it comes to the event of a collision, there are 8 airbags in this vehicle. The NHTSA has rated a 5-star in the event of a collision, and the IAHS has rated a top safety pick.
Awesome.
So it performs well in all areas, in my opinion.
And in terms of truck life, I will say it's fairly easy to get in and out of this vehicle. It is not too high up, and it's certainly not too low, so you can kind of just step into it. There you go.
Demo.
It's pregnant lady approved. Same goes for the driver and passenger side too, up at the front. I will say, I don't have the world's biggest truck, but I have to grab my steering wheel to kind of hoist myself in, so this is not something you'd have to do on the Santa Cruz. So, I don't think I talked about the fuel tank dimensions. So it's a 67-liter tank, and it's just regular unleaded fuel that's required for this vehicle. So no premium necessary, which is good on the wallet. And yeah, 10.7 liters per 100 kilometers combined. So again, those are nice numbers to see for a truck. Very nice numbers. Question time?
Question time.
Question
Sorry,
time.
I started reading them. Okay, I'll try to move. I might actually lower the hood. That way you guys can see full body lines.
Adele said, trivia, the Hyundai Santa Cruz is named after the scenic town of Santa Cruz, California. The name is meant to evoke fun of the coast and the excitement of urban adventure. And I think it does so. I'll also point out a little Easter egg. I guess not really an Easter egg, it's visible. But there we go. Our tail lamps back here.
Made in California.
Designed.
Oh, designed in California.
Yeah. So designed in California. Right over there.
We also have the paint color California sands.
Yes.
Which is appropriate.
Isn't it desert sand?
That was California sand. Where am I pulling the California
it's desert
from?
Sand. Santa Cruz again in the back. Check it out. And yeah, I love the Santa Cruz. It's always been such a fun truck in my opinion. I love the fact that we got a fun UTE here. because I know the Maverick isn't exactly fun. Who said that? All right. We'll go back to questions. I just saw what's the towing capacity? It's 5,000 pounds. Should we start a GoFundMe for Charlotte to get nail polish for her index finger?
Guys, so
It's all of them now.
yeah, it's all of them now, but my nail polish stained my nails. So it looked way worse than before. But yeah, that would be great. Thank you. How does this compare to the 2010 Mazda B4000? We already went over that.
I'll tell you, it's leaps and bounds better. It's easier to get in and out of. It's capable of going highway speeds and then some. It's much easier on gas. It's got technology. There's a lot going for this truck.
Power steering.
Yeah, power steering. Oh. Adele said it qualifies as a compact truck. No, yeah, so yes. Yes, it does. You just said no at the end of the question. But yes, it does. It's definitely not a half-ton truck. Definitely not a 3/4 ton truck. It's a mini truck. Test drive of the K5. So this K5 is actually sold. We can't drive it.
We cannot test drive it.
Don't miss the BMW comparison yesterday. He would have agreed with me. He always agrees with me. Okay.
I think the memory seats said a lot more things than just the seat position as well, at least my recollection. So not for this vehicle. It depends on the make and model. Sometimes with them it can, like something like the EV9 or the upcoming Hyundai Ioniq 9, you are able to go and save things like your mirror configuration, but also your steering wheel configuration. However, because these are electronically controlled, but they're not power folding, you don't have that with this memory seats. And then the steering wheel itself is just tilt and telescopic. Is there a non-leather trim option? Yes, so if you actually go down one, you have a leatherette, so a vegan leather option, and then down from there, you have cloth.
Jack Reacher's on.
No way! Come back to Brantford.
Ryan said the light is not blue in the bed, it's just a film. Yeah,
Yes.
So blue stickers on our bed lights, they're actually just white, bright LEDs. Is there an option for an enclosed rear bed, like a hatchback opening? I've been making it a little more car-like. Yeah, it's called the Tucson. So again, this vehicle is great for someone who really appreciates the handling and the drive and just the creature comforts of an SUV, but you also do a little bit more, I don't know, housework, DIY projects, you're outdoorsy, because all of your stuff can also be on the exterior cargo area. So if you got, I don't know, like sports equipment and it stinks, you don't have to have that in the trunk of your car. It can be in the bed of your truck. And you can still park this in your garage.
Yeah. So I think the fact that it fits in a garage is a big deal.
Huge deal, massive deal. So, anything else you've seen, Char, that we should get to?
Horsepower and torque is 281 and 311 pound-feet.
Good horsepower and torque numbers.
Yeah, very healthy for this vehicle.
I know in the States you guys get the naturally aspirated model. I believe that one's 187 horsepower with 178 pound-feet of torque. We did have that for probably a year or two here in Canada, but it has been discontinued. Just wasn't much of a popular seller here. And from my understandings, there's been quite a few complaints about that powertrain, just due to the fact that it's underpowered for the vehicle. A lot of people have found. So this does not underpower it at all. This is a lot of power, good power. Anything else?
I think that's really it.
Alrighty.
Well, on that note, thank you guys so much for joining us today. If you have any more questions about the Santa Cruz, feel free to leave them down below. And before you do that, like this video, subscribe if you haven't done already, and we will see you guys next time.
See ya.
Bye.
It's truck time.